Hey, what's up? I'm Hype. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today we're gonna go through the latest updates in HypeHype, specifically assets. HypeHype is a cool app that lets you make and play games all on your phone, tablet. And this app has thousands of games. Some of them can be animations, simple storytellings. I even saw hypes. Hypes are what they're called. Instead of calling them games, they're called hypes. This is all based because of hyper casual games. This is the genre around games that are like very simple, usually the games people play on the bus, lunch breaks, or even in the bathroom. You know, when I was living in India, I met this dude and I told him that I made games for the App Store and the Play Store, and I showed him one of the games that I made, and he was like, these are the games I play when I'm on the toilet. And it's funny because that's what came to his mind instantly, and in my mind it was like more of a marketing response, and I was like, yeah, everybody the market appeal for these games is everybody. And generally that's what hyper casual games are, is for people who are either new or experts playing games, and now you can make games all on your phone. The app is currently in early access. If you want to download it, you need to go to hypehype.com/get access. Give them your email information and whether or not you use Android or iOS, and they will send you a link in 24 to 48 hours. If you like making and playing games, hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon. It means a lot to me. It helps out the channel, the algorithm. Today we're going to be focusing on the new assets. This is a good review for me. If I go over these assets, then I'll know that they exist, and that knowing is half the battle.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
So I saw this animation and I thought this was cool. I was like, oh man, this is just super cool. This makes me think of the movie Fifth Element, when Bruce Willis is at his house and he's eating like ramen or sushi. Yeah, you get to see the world behind. And I saw this and I was like, this looks amazing, but I don't remember any of this. And I think this is some of the sci-fi assets that are brand new, and it's just put and created in such a way that it looks like there's a whole world behind there. And I thought the person that did this is super creative. And let's give a shout out to Jerry Quill. And even here, Jerry Quill's got a bunch of other stuff. I've seen this one too, Art Showcase. I love it. You know, it's one of the cool things you can do in HypeHype is just make animations. And to me, this is great. Jerry Quill, you got a follow from me. Now let's go take a look at some of the new assets. So let's go to create from scratch. The menu's changed a little bit. Right now we are in the list menu, which is cool, but I prefer the icon menu, and I think this is really where the cool stuff is. Looks like we got a bunch of rugs. You can use these rugs as paintings as well. They don't have to be exactly what they say in the description. When creating the game or environment, you decide how this can work best. Move that up a little bit and take these assets. Look at one of these rugs. This kind of looks like a fancy rug you would see hanging somewhere in a castle. When I was growing up in Germany, we would go to castles all the time. There we go. That kind of looks like a rug I would see on a wall. And it's cool because you can play around with all this stuff. You just use your creativity. And this is cool. This is like a new grass tile set. This green is like super green. Let's do, ooh, look at that. Look at that. That's cool. Like, I don't even know what that is, but we can put that over here. And let's go ahead and paint this. Let's check out some of the other assets. So there's a lot of sci-fi assets. Here we got some stone ground tile set stone slabs. So one thing I'm noticing more about these assets is that they have a lot more color flexibility. What I mean by that, this has 3 different colors on this tile set, and this one has also 3 different colors. And these things seem small, but when you build out a world, that little attention to detail, just like we saw in the very beginning of that robot looking out into a futuristic landscape, changes the game, makes things paintings look so much cooler. You can see a lot of these have it too. Multiple color setup. This is something I'm noticing on the newer assets. Remember, you can put these into the world however you want. If this was a painting on a wall, I would totally have this on my wall. I like having cool paintings on walls. Whether it's a painting or a photograph, it's probably better than a blank wall. We got a lot of red going here. Yeah, setting up a scene. New animated left hand assets. Let's check that out. Left hand. Looks like we had right hands, but now we have left hands. And these are cool. They just help illustrate certain mechanics or point out certain things in games when needed. You're playing a game and you need to swipe right. This to me is a swipe left, just because it's going like that. Sci-fi city props. Let's take a look at some of those. We saw those in the beginning, and these are cool. I was playing with some of these in another hype. I also really like the cables and these sci-fi lights. I think are legit. Let's bring out some of these dope sci-fi assets. The coolest thing I like about these is kind of the size. There is limitations when it comes to size, because you can only make something so small, or you can only make something so big. There is a loophole to the system. If you want the item to be smaller or bigger than the maximum allowed range, go into the item, hit advance, and do a vector transform, and then scale. And do like a transform, scale, and then do like a 2. That will double the size. So you know what, maybe this door isn't a great example, so let's get something cooler than a door, which is this sci-fi skyscraper. So this is really cool looking. We saw that before. This is as big as we can go, which totally works here, but maybe we're making something different that we can't imagine right now and we need it to be bigger. You just go here, hit plus to object, back to transform, on start, 2, 2, 2, and let's make this happen in 0.1 second. Where's the camera? Reset view. Okay, so let's go like this. Right now the width is about the length of that photo, and transform the scale of that camera, hit play, and now we can see it's 2x bigger, X, Y, and Z. Let's see what 0.1 does. Makes it a lot skinnier. There's lots of ways to do things in HypeHype. This is why I encourage to always like look around, see how other people set things up, because you can learn from it. See something cool, be curious, how did they do that, and then maybe you can do that as well. For me, it takes a lot of times of looking at things to figure out how they work. These are some new wire assets. I've been playing with these. Really cool benches, some nice forks. You can set up a table. Find the table, grab this one, move it down here. Looks like there's a placemat on the table. More color options. Okay, if we wanted to plate fork, it does kind of bug me that I always have to tap the click to get to this asset menu again, but that's okay. These are going to be wooden spoons. Tap the sphere to rotate it 90 degrees. Cool. We got some platforms. When looking through assets, jump between the list and the icon view, because you want to see what the hashtags are. For example, the rugs have the hashtag home. This I need to remember if I'm making a home or a castle or something where I want homey items, you know, whether a painting or it could be a screen or anything. This is decoration, furniture, textile, floor, abstract. That being said though, I really do like the icon view, and I find that I use this the most. Okay, so we got some stone blocks, multiple stone blocks. We got fence. The quality of these assets is one of the reasons I enjoy using HypeHype. As somebody who has made games on the App Store and Play Store, there's a lot of places you can get free assets. Like Kenny has a bunch of free assets, Quintardanus, and I've gotten tons of free assets from a lot of different places, but the quality of those assets sometimes are lacking. Sometimes the collision triggers of the assets are lacking, and honestly, if you really want great assets, a lot of times you have to spend money on it. I have no problem spending money on things that I want, but when you get a ton of assets, you maybe only use 10% of it. It's cool to have all these cool assets available to you. Like even these pillars, like if I wanted to make a statue. Okay, I like this one, raise object. That's the one I was looking for. Let's select the robot dude, advanced character animation, emote, raise object pose, and let's make him gold. And the trick to making statues is you just make everything the same color. And Grab both of these objects and scale them both. Let's go ahead and add a cool sword. This one is the dopest. It's about size 2, so we're gonna make this all gold. Kind of looks like a torch, and let's make this gold as well. So now we got a golden statue looking good, playing around, having fun with these new assets. So many assets. The wires are cool. I use some of the wires as like laser lights in the DJ Club Hype I was trying to remix. We got platforms, spaceship landers, plants, cue balls, watermelon. Love watermelon. Check this out. The HypeHype green is a little too green for me sometimes. Look at that watermelon. We could change the color of the seeds. We don't want seeds. I do find that the more seeds the watermelon has, the better the flavor, but that has been my experience. Tiles, axe. These pickaxes I suspect were put here for Minecraft-like games. I was messing with these button and base dials the other day. The DJ setup, definitely played around with these. Got bushes, headphones, pacifier. Okay. Shoes. I've seen players and people wearing shoes, which I think is fascinating. Let's mess with that right now. What pair of shoe do you like? It looks like these have left and right. I'm gonna go with the boot. Here's one boot left, but we need a right boot. Right boot, left boot. Grab a character before he walks. Let's put some boots on him. Go like this. There we go. Here we go. We select the boot. This is the left foot, and this is the right foot. Let's have him do a dance. Go to the assets, grab a dance. I am partial to the hip hop dance. Reminds me of back in the day when I used to break dance, but that was a long time ago. Yeah, there it goes. It's not perfect, but it does look cool, and perfection takes time. Okay, we got buttons, we got ramps, gas mask. Oh, that's cool. Take that, attach it to his head, and let's have him dance. Dance for me, dance for me. Looking good. Let's go ahead and change this view, that camera. I like it. Here we got ski goggles, paintball mask. Oh, even cooler. Here are the custom hair pieces, 51 new hairstyle assets. I don't usually put hair on people, but maybe I should. We can give the dude a man bun. Let's get this one, and we'll do a stand idle. I had a friend, last time I saw her, she had like purple hair, so let's make this purple hair with the gas mask. Why not? Kind of a little bit of a bun. Select, attach to the head. I kind of want a new dance. Samba. Samba's cool. Samba is the dance of Brazil. Yeah, if you ever go to Carnival, they're doing samba. Very cool. See what other assets we got. Got magic wands. We got masks, hair, lots of hair. Also looks like 36 accessory assets. No, we got magazines over here. Let's go ahead, take these magazines and put them on the table like that. Okay, what else we got? Steel trusses, metal cover, air conditioner, super important. Those factory pieces, these are really cool and massive. Looks like a silo. Remember, with all these assets, you also have the ability to adjust color scheme, the visual color of how it looks, how light shines off of it, which can completely change the style and environment. For example, I like things looking a little bit more cartoony. To me, it's just more fun to make a cartoon world, but you can make things shiny or whatever you're curious about. Window, that's nice. I was thinking that was a whiteboard. You can go to these assets and reuse them however you see fit. You don't have to use it exactly how it has been described. When you're making the hype, you're the creator. You have the vision, and sometimes that vision requires trial and error. That looks cool. Here's the sci-fi assets. These are great. Cool. This could be a space station. I saw Ryan PH was making a game using this. Looked really cool. We got some more wigs, a vertical gas tank, mage hats. Love these backpacks, by the way. As someone who travels the world generally with 2 backpacks, I think these are great. Adventure big backpack, adventure pack, adventure messenger bag. These are fun. We got disco balls. We got some more dancing, wooden fences. We got rocks, lots of different plants. We haven't even gotten to the mushrooms yet. They have like a fantasy mushrooms. We'll get to them in a second. Here we got this plant. These are cool. If you wanted to create a world where all the people are small and you have giant plants, you can do that. I'm not sure about the collision trigger on all of these objects, so that is something I do wish was a little bit more clear, or the collision area, because some of the trees I've noticed have a collision area of a box, and it would make it difficult for a player to walk underneath the trees. These things you'll have to figure out on your own when you use the objects. We got dozens of different kinds of coins, cool sci-fi guns, voxel items, shields. These are cool also to put on walls, hammers and daggers. Go ahead and put this one on a wall over here. And let's change this to a brown handle. Zoom in, got a light brown, and we can change this to maybe even a black. I kind of like the gold actually. That looks great. A lot of fun creative things you can do with the assets. Love the daggers, ultra cute animals. Be sure to test and play around with any kind of movement you add to these ultra cute animals because they are a little bit shorter. Here are the fantasy mushrooms. These are probably one of my favorites. They just look like something you would see in Alice in Wonderland, going down the rabbit hole, ending up in a mushroom land. Oh snap, template character body. So this is really good if you just wanted to make your own character piece by piece. I saw this during the character animation jam, but I couldn't find it and I didn't know it was an asset. This is one of the plus sides of just taking time, going through the asset library, seeing what's available. And with something like this, you have all these objects. Let's say I wanted to glue this. That's cool. I haven't done that before. Global and local. I wanted to rotate this watermelon, but when I hit the rotate, it's all at different angles, which is not what I was looking for. So I hit global and it's like global is the entire world. You have your X, Y, and Z, and these are not going to change no matter how you move the object. So I changed it to global and that worked. If I wanted to take this and hypothetically glue it onto the head, I can do that because the character is pretty big. Homegirl is dancing in the back, so let's move her to the side. Yeah, why don't you dance underneath the spaceship? I can't tell if the asset library resets. It looks like it reset because we were all the way down here. But yeah, if you wanted to make a character from scratch, you can use the template character body. Let's grab this skull and let's make it light pink. Yeah, something like this. Take this, glue it to the head, and if I wanted to make a dancing skeleton, let's go get bones. Now we got different bones here, and you can put these and attach them like so. And I believe that is the left forearm, and this one is the left arm. Hold on, forearm, and this is the arm. We're gonna need to redo that, and this is the left forearm. And let's get a glove of some sort. Your left hand, the thumb is facing towards you, like this, and glue. And let's do left hand. Now we can select this character. Let's grab a new animation. Let's check out Ninja Run. Okay, maybe Ninja is a little complicated. Alright, well that didn't work out exactly what I was going for. I think I would need to spend a lot more time, but I think you got the rough idea. I'm glad to know that that asset exists. We have custom body characters, a face, beard. I do wish there was a bigger beard, but it's cool that they have beards. Arrow symbols, baskets, presents. These are cool. Weapons, revolvers, a miniature buoy. Okay. Smooth earth. This is cool. This is a great asset to use all the time. And maybe we can do something like this, like to transform, on start, rotate. Have a little fun with it. If you're not having fun when you're making your game, maybe you're doing it wrong. We got hats, belts, necklaces, cool accessories, another earth. We got logs. You want to make a Game of Thrones type of setup, you can do that. We got cauldrons, saw blades, cool tune, goose, ducks, desk plant. I love putting that anywhere I have a desk. Although technically I have no plants on my desk. I only have a skull. We got lightning, future car, deck of cards, sandbags, missiles. We got cool sticky puzzle pieces. Sticky is a creator on HypeHype, and he has created some of his own assets and submitted them to HypeHype. If you would like to create your own assets using Blender, the free 3D modeling software, I've used it, but I used it more when I was making games for the App Store and Play Store just to create assets. And HypeHype has all the assets, but if you want to make your own assets, I have a video. You should check that out. There's steps and guides to how you could make your own assets and submit them to HypeHype. It's a lot of work, but it's also rewarding to see other people use your assets in their games. Okay, we got emoji faces. More emoji faces would be cool. You see emojis all the time in hyper casual games. We got different trees, pumpkins. So a lot of these assets are older or have been around for a little bit. Even then, these are still kind of new. These are platformers when you're making a level or a course in a game that the player has to move around. A good example for that is this game, Rabbit Run, the fun platformer in which you have obstacle courses, objects just coming in your way, moving around, and you have to jump and dodge and get around everything and try to get the best time possible. And if you want to, you can also hit the remix button and remake this game in your own way. So let's keep looking at the asset store. The new assets will always be highlighted new, and again, they get updated all the time. We got some flying enemy creatures, camping setup, money. Gotta have money. That one's fun. Here we got the happy faces again. I want to go through all of these. Got different sized rocks, cool sci-fi stuff, dog animations, castle-like things if you want to make a Game of Thrones. When I was growing up in Germany, on the weekends we would go to castles. The scariest thing, because I was like 9 years old, would be checking out the dungeons. I would still check them out, but you know, I was 9, I just wouldn't do it alone. So we got dungeons, we got small buildings, and then we have more characters, bottles, soda cans, more weapons, numbers. I wish they had letters as well, but these numbers are pretty cool. Fighter jets, sofas, refrigerator, beds, more animals, more buildings, barriers for racing games, fantasy houses, beach houses, inner tubes for swimming pools, palm trees, pizza, cheese, food, so many assets. Laptop computers, more characters. I like these pyramid with edge colors. These are good for like cyberpunk things. Bookshelves, cabinets, sofas, lots of different vehicles, wheels for the vehicles, trees, more characters, dancing setups, more platform obstacles, barriers and walls. This one's cool. It's the spaceship cockpit. So if you wanted to make a game and you're flying through some stuff, that's a good one. Some wall tile sets, ground tile sets, 2D, 3D, different balls, doors, signs, basic pistols, more fruits, vegetables, sushi. Always like a good sushi. Basic blocks, flippers. Fun fact, I'm a big pinball guy. In the United States, we call it pinball, but in Europe, they call it flipper. I haven't seen many in Asia. We got some more basic items, some cool animals. I really love these animals. I've made a couple of animations in HypeHype where it's like a nature scene and I've used these animals. Actually, I used these animals for my very first Hype, which was a matching game. We got some more simple objects, some buildings. These are really nice houses, simple cars, planets. The planets are cool. So that's it for all the assets. As of today, this was a fun video just to go through it, refresh my mind of what's available. And there's new assets every day. These are high quality assets that you can use in your game, animation, whatever you're making in HypeHype. If there's any kind of assets that you would like to see, let me know in the comments. Till next time, I'm HypeZ. Stay safe out there and peace.